Hello everyone, this is Anurag Ray from PestRemovalWarrior.com, and today I will be talking about ant spiders. Ant spiders are basically spiders who mimics ants and lives with them to do various kinds of work. Now before we continue this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that I can receive updates about my video and also help my channel grow. Now, ant spider does this behavior to protect themselves against predators and also to capture other ants. Now, they live with the ants and they behave like the ants, and they can also replicate the chemical composition of ants. This is done very cleverly, and the ants even cannot, who are very sensitive, cannot actually differentiate between an ant and an ant spider. They look very much like an ant, but unfortunately they are spiders. If you look closely, that's the only time only you can differentiate, because they are mimic the ant so well that it becomes very difficult to differentiate an ant and the ant spider. Now, ant spider doesn't really have that amount like the poison that the other ant has. It just behaves like the ant and replicates their behavior so that they can camouflage and also protect themselves from the predators. Predators like birds and other spiders avoid ants because they can be very problematic. If a bird doesn't have a defense mechanism and attacks an ants colony, they can get bitten by the ants and can also die, because some of the ants are very poisonous and the bite can be very painful. So birds and other predators, who are those spiders predators, are actually avoid the ants colony, which gives this ant spider defensive measure against this kind of predators. And also, of course, they can blend with the ants colony, where they get inside their colony, lives with them, and whenever the time comes to feed, they capture one of the ants, gets away from the colony and carry them over their head, and then gets away from the colony and then eats them and then again comes back. Now, their behavior is so accurate, their mimicking is so accurate that even ant cannot figure them out what's going on, and they consider the ant spider as a part of the colony. Now, if you are looking at an ant spider from a distance, you may not be able to differentiate the ant spider. The only difference that you can see is that they actually don't have antennas, but they like all of the ants, but they can use their forelegs to just act like the antennas. Now, ant may be fooled enough to get deceived by that, but you can actually differentiate that. That's the only thing that you can differentiate. Above that, it's very difficult to differentiate an ant and an ant spider. Now, ant spider, actually there are 300 different species all around the world, and this mimicking behavior is found all around this animal kingdom. Animal does this mimicking behavior to defend themselves against predators. We also use much of the camouflage techniques. For example, if you are going to a forest, you have noticed that we usually do the camouflage to protect ourselves and also to blend well with the environment. Same goes for other animals. They actually replicate other animals so that they can blend with the animals and live with them. Now, if an animal can replicate another animal, there comes a lot amount of benefits, and that's why this camouflage has been a very unique techniques that has been evolving around this animal kingdom, insect kingdom, for millions of years, because this is very effective defense technique. Ant spiders are not so poisonous and they won't kill you. The bite is very mild. However, if you're allergic to normal ant bite, then it can become problematic. So if you're really looking forward to an ant, you should obviously consult someone who has better idea about how ant spiders are, how they look, and where they can be found. It's better not to go to them yourself, because ant spider lives with the ants colony in wild, and if you encounter if you're trying to find an ant spider, it's quite possible that you may end up finding some ants which can be dangerous, because some ants in the wilds are very dangerous and a single bite can be very problematic, can also be fatal. So it's better to have someone who can actually knows all this stuff about the ant spider, how they look, where they can be found. They are really difficult to spot because they are also very small, much like the ants. Otherwise, if their size was big enough, then the ant could have been able to differentiate them. But since their size is also small, they look like ants, and they also replicate the ants' characteristics and behavior and chemical compositions, the hormonal secretions, and all these kind of things actually deceive the ants in such a way that they cannot actually differentiate an ant and ant spider. In wild, it's very difficult to differentiate them because they are also as small as an ant. Only a proper trained eye can differentiate it. So you should contact someone who actually knows them, and if you're going to take the risk and go and find an ant spider, then you should obviously contact them, and then only you should go, not by yourself, because the chances are you may not be able to find them, and it can become very problematic, because if an ant ends up biting you instead of an ant spider, that can become very fatal. So that's it for this video. If you really like this video, don't forget to click on the like, comment and subscribe button. And I'm uploading 2 videos every single week, that is on Monday and Friday. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can receive updates about my video and also help my channel grow. Thank you.